What is up, everybody? It's your boy once again, the real Grimmy Tim, coming at you with another video. Now this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a commentary video where I've got, footage from my stream playing in the background. So the reason I wanted to do this video is because when I did my stream Friday, we were playing Masterduel. I was playing in MathMech and I was trying to climb up into the ladder, and I played against a lot of sprite decks. And I was just absolutely crushing all these sprites. And everybody had the same comment. Wait, I thought Sprite was supposed to be the best deck. I keep losing with Sprite. How come Sprite's so bad in Masterduel? And I wanted to kind of delve in a little bit deeper into that topic and discuss why Sprite's not the deck everybody thought it was going to be, and why it's not the deck that all these Yugi tubers are hyping it up to be. And the reason behind that is actually very simple. We don't have the cards that the TCG has. What do I mean by that? Well, if you look back over the past year or so, and you look at all the tournaments, you look at all the regionals, the locals, all the tops, especially like the top 5, it's going to be the same deck usually, tier limit Sprite. So what everybody figured was going to happen was, as soon as Sprite dropped in Masterduel, that would be the best deck. But we don't have tier limits in Masterduel yet. They're supposed to come out pretty soon. Nobody really knows when. But we just don't have them yet. We also don't have access to the Kashtira cards. We don't have access to the Bestial cards. All of these cards, the tier limits, the Bestials, the Kashtira cards, they all went into the Sprite deck to make it as powerful as it was. And what we have in Masterduel at the moment is just basic Sprite. Now, people are sprinkling in the nimble monsters. People are sprinkling in the like twins or frogs, and it's boosting the deck 100%. All these different archetypes, they're definitely boosting the deck, but they're just not as strong as they were in the TCG, because tier limit is what made Sprite so strong. Pure Sprites never performed very well. Like, you can go back and look before tier limit came out. Sprite, it topped, but it barely broke the top 16. And the reason behind that is because Sprites by themselves, they don't put up super impressive boards, and they can't really kill. Sprites, they put up monsters, and the only real big monsters that Sprite has is Gigantic Sprite. And you have to have an extra deck monster in order to make Gigantic Sprite as big as it is. Well, here's the problem with that. In Masterduel, we have Despia. In Masterduel, we have Sword Soul. In Masterduel, we have MathMechs. And all of these decks are really, really good at either clearing, breaking, or stopping boards from coming into play. And the way we do that is by stopping one card. When it comes to stopping Sprite, you only have to stop one card, and that's their first level 2. If you can get that first level 2 off the board, Sprite is done. They're absolutely done. Now, cards like the twin cards, which are basically one card combos, that can get you multiple level 2s on the field, that's all fine and good. But once you stop them, they're absolutely done. Okay? So, and I'll give you an example. Say that you mix in, what's the archetype? Let's take Live Twins. They summon out the effect Kiss a Kill, right? Well, I Imperm Kiss a Kill, or I Ash Kiss a Kill. Either one of these, and Kiss a Kill's done. You can't get your oh my God, what's the name? I'm blanking on the name of the other one, but you know the other one, the pink one, right? You summon out blue, try to get out pink. I stop your blue, you don't have pink. You can't get access to pink, and it's once per turn, so you can't get it. Now, if you have the alternate pink in the hand, you can special summon that. But I'm going to let you know something. Most decks, especially Despia, especially MathMech, especially Sword Soul, if once we negate that your blue, it's leaving the field. So you can't special summon out the alt, and you can't special summon out your Sprites, because you don't have another level 2 on the field. Okay? So Sprites get shut down super hard by almost any of the top decks in Masterduel. And because they don't have access to tier, like if we had tier limits in Masterduel right now, if I stop your sprite plays, you still have your tier limit plays, and you could go into those. But once I stop your sprite plays, you got nothing. Okay? That being said, that's why everybody's losing with sprites. Sprites are simply just not good enough to compete with the current meta in Masterduel. And they're not going to be until we get tier limits back into the mix. Now, yes, we had cards like Halqifibrax. Halqifibrax would be a big boost to sprites. We have other cards that they don't have in, that are at least, if not banned, limited in the TCG. But on the same hand, TCG has cards that are unbanned that are banned for us. So they're able to make other strategies. If you could go ahead and take a look at any of the tops over the past, God, what, like 4 months, sprites nowhere on it. Okay? Since Bestials and Kashtira came out, especially since the Ishizu cards came out, Sprite is gone. Sprite's done. Okay? And once we get tier limits out, tier limit Sprite's going to elevate itself to the top deck, 100%. But once we get Kashtira, once we get Bestials in Masterduel, Sprite's going to be left behind again, because Sprite is just not that amazing of an archetype. It's very, very basic. Okay? So, all you out there who are fans of Masterduel, who enjoy playing Masterduel, I'm not telling you not to play. By all means, please continue to play Masterduel. It is a fantastic game. I love playing it. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Almost 25 years. It is my favorite game in the world, okay? Or at least card game. Second only to Magic the Gathering. Can't stand Pokemon. Don't judge me. But if you enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! Masterduel is definitely a good game for you. Yes, the meta is kind of annoying, and yes, it does kind of feel like these decks are pay to win. That being said, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm currently running a MathMech deck, okay? MathMechs are really, really, really good. And I haven't spent a penny, okay? Now, are MathMechs tier 1? No. MathMech loses really hard to decks like Despia, to Sword Soul, 100%. But it's still a diamond-worthy deck, and I didn't spend a penny. And you can build this deck. God, you would only need 1, 2, 3 URs. Craft 3, well, no, you need at least 5. 5 URs. If you can get enough dust to make 5 URs, which is 150 dust, okay? Get together 150 dust, you can make a MathMech deck. The key cards you're going to need are at least 1 circular. You're going to need at least 1 access code talker, 1 Laplacian, 1 Allen Burschen, and 1 IP Masquerena. Those are the 5 key cards, and those are your URs. Everything else is SR and below. Okay? And the Cynet Minings, you can get those from the Salaman Great Structure deck. 3 Salaman Great Structure decks, that's 1,500 gems. You got your 3 Cynet Minings. And you're golden. Okay, from there, sprinkle in some hand traps, sprinkle in the rest of the cards that you need. Okay, and you're set. You don't need to spend an ungodly amount of money to get one of the meta decks to have a competitive deck. MathMechs are competitive. Not to mention, if you're smart, you can beat a Despia deck. Okay, the way I usually try to do it is, if I'm playing against Despia, one of the first cards they're going to want to summon out is Alibur. Okay, as soon as I see Alibur hit the field, I activate my God, what's it called? MathMech, the trap, Superfactorial. That's what it's called. I activate Superfactorial. I get my Laplacian on the field. I also do run Lancias in my deck. They are super rare, but it's a hand trap that stops your opponent from banishing cards. So, if I activate my Superfactorial, try to get my 3 MathMechs out on the field to summon out my Laplacian, he tries to call by the grave, I've got a Lancia to stop him. Okay? Now, once I do that, I get my Laplacian out on the field, I send his Alibur So he can't banish that with Mirror Jade or anything like that. I also discard a card from his hand. Now, one of the cards that I make Manipulation with is a Diameter. Diameter is a must. Diameter gives Manipulation a negate. I don't just randomly negate anything he plays. I wait. And as soon as I see Brand Fusion hit the field, that's what I negate. And it pretty much stops all his combos. If he tries to go into what's his name? Albaz, I've also got Masquerena on the field. Masquerena can go into Appaloosa. Okay? Once Appaloosa hits the field, he tries to fuse with Albaz, I stop him. Okay? Not to mention, it's made, my Appaloosa is made with IP Masquerena, so it can't be destroyed by card effects. Now, it will probably get attacked over. But at this point, I have basically stopped his plays. And the only thing he's got on the field is an Albaz. My next turn, I usually have a Diameter in hand. I've got cards in the graveyard I can special summon. I'm going into an Access Code Talker that can attack twice, because I also run Update Jammer. And that's pretty much game for him. Okay? So there are alternatives that you can play for free and still be competitive. You just have to dig into the game a little bit, and you have to be willing to put in a little bit of a grind. But it's still a very good game. So, to all my homies out there, to all my viewers, and all of my followers who are coming out to stream, and they want me to give them a solution, this is my solution for you. Just be patient. Because soon, very soon, we are going to get tier limits. And once tier limits comes out, then Sprite is going to be a competitive deck. Okay? Don't listen to Decade. And look, if you guys watch this and you watch Decade and you enjoy TK's content, more power to you. I personally can't stand the guy. I'm just keeping it 100. I can't stand him. He is a dual links Andy who hasn't played the TCG in 12 years, has never topped in a TCG tournament, but wants to comment on TCG decks. I hate him. He builds some of the worst decks I've ever seen. And the reason I think he builds those decks is very simple. Because he doesn't want to go against good decks in Masterduel. He wants people to play bad decks. And every deck I've seen him play has a gimmick. And it's a gimmick that is easily interrupted. Okay? But anyway, I'm going off topic. So my Sprite players, just have some patience. Once we get tier limits, Sprite's going to become a top tier deck. I promise you. If you want something to play with Sprites, and you've got a little bit of extra gems to invest into it, okay, or you got some UR dust that you don't mind spending, I'm probably going to regret this, because, you know, if I see this popping up, I'm going to be kind of upset. But a good alternative to Sprites, well, not alternative, a good side engine to put into Sprite is Scare Claws. Now, I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, because Scare Claws are level 4 and above, and Sprite locks you into level 2s. Hang on, hear me out, okay? The reason you play Scare Claw is you get out your Scare Claw board beforehand, because there are some Scare Claws you can special summon from your hand without needing anything on the field. And then the rest of your Scare Claws you summon out as long as you've got one on the field. So you can special summon out your Scare Claws, go into your Tryhard, and Tryhard is basically a floodgate by himself. Only thing is he loses to Link monsters. But to keep it at 100, everybody's either playing Sword Solar, Despia, or Sprite, so you don't have to worry about Link monsters. But you get your Scare Claw out. At that point, you should still have a normal summon, or if you've got like a Foolish Burial or some way to mill cards to the graveyard, you can get like Nimble Beaver or any of the Nimble monsters really into the graveyard, and that'll let you special summon a level 2 out from your deck. You can start going into your Sprite plays. Okay? And that's basically all you need to do. You get your Tryhard out on the field, you go into your Sprite plays, and once you got your Sprite Elf on the field along with your IP Masquerena, you're set. You're basically set. Okay, now you can't use Elf's effect because I think it has special summon to his own. It points to, but that's okay because you have Masquerena on the field. What Masquerena will do is Masquerena will fuse off with your Sprite Elf to become an Apollousa. An Apollousa, that's 2 negates. So if they try to summon out, say, if they're trying to climb into, say, like an Access Code Talker, when you see that they're making that climb, usually the key indicator is Splash Mage or what's his name, Transcode Talker. If you see either one of those Link monsters, kick off your Masquerena, go into your Apollousa. It's a double negate Apollousa. Splash Mage won't be able to beat over it. They'll want to activate their Splash Mage. You negate their Splash Mage. That stops them from climbing in the Access Code Talker. And you've got Scare Hard on the field, or Try Hard on the field, and you're set. It's a little bit more expensive to play this deck because Scare Claw requires a lot of URs, and so does Sprite. But it's a good little deck that you can run because you got your Floodgate on the field, and you've got your Sprite backup engine. Okay, so patience. Play this deck in the meantime, and just woosah. You guys will be okay, I promise. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you can keep up with all of our streams. That way you can be notified. Make sure you hit the bell. You'll notify when we go live. You get notified when we post a video. And as always, make sure you're tuning into the streams because we are still doing those giveaways. Any new subscriber, any new follower, you're entered for a raffle for a $25 gift card to a platform of your choice. Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. And once again, I do want to thank you guys for all the love and all the support that you've been giving the stream lately. I hope that our community only continues to grow. And once again, it's your boy, The Real Grimmy Tim. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.